Hi, race fans. Here we go. We got a good one here with the Clean Racing League ARCA Series. That's we're pulling off the ARCA Series here tonight. We had the Truck Series this past Monday here at Daytona, and man, what a thrill of a race it was. We're qualifying right now. Got a good field, and like I said, 2026 here, kicking it off with the Clean Racing League. I'll race see out there, man. It says good luck tonight. All right, yeah, absolutely good luck. We'll see who we got out here on the field so far. Joshua Altus, J.D. Daniels, Charles Van Scoit. All right. Are 40 cars entered? Not quite 40. Looks to be about 20 some. What's up, Rand? Looks to be 15, 20. About 30 cars. It's not bad. I mean, really good field. Really, really good field. Right now, Joshua Altus putting it on top. You know, and I talk about Daytona a lot. We talked about it this past Monday. Appreciate Matthew Johnson coming up on here with me. Is the fact of Daytona and Talladega is more like bragging rights when it comes to qualifying. Hey, what's up, Brad? Go, Dusty. Are you out here racing, Brad? Are you out here tonight? Let's see. I don't see you out here, Brad. What's up, man? What you like? Not hanging out tonight or something? Oh, Dusty Martin putting it on pole. Okay. I mean, again, you know, I talk a lot about qualifying in general when it comes to plate racing. And, you know, really just, you see Caleb out there just doing donuts. But just really bragging rights because anybody can win here. You know, I call this not tonight. Oh, okay. Well, if you get bored, maybe you want to jump in the booth. You can jump in the booth with me. I'm up here by myself. So, hey, it's up to you, brother. Well, right now, got Dusty right here. Man's going to start on pole. And, you know, we talk about Daytona. It kicks off the season for real racing. They're kicking off the season here for 2026 for the Clean Racing League. I call it the epicenter of all things motorsports because this is when it really starts. That's right, Eric. We're ready for the show, man. Team Long Shot. Okay, I got you. Okay. It looks like we've got some players out here. Philip Brewer. That name sounds new. We might have some new names out here, too. So, all right, grid them up here. We're going racing. Daytona style. Dusty Martin's going to start her out front. We got Philip Brewer going to be right there in second. Kyle, man, he's going to start her up there in the third place spot. Joshua Altus there in fourth. Jacob Grant starting fifth. J.D. Daniels sixth. Jonathan Gaston starting in the seventh. Charles Van scored eighth. Joshua Gillian there in the ninth. Ross Tatum in the 10th. Kenyon Jackson 11th. Steve Bixel there in 12th. We got, Steve Ritter in 12th. My bad. Thinking of somebody else. Caleb Smith starting 13th. Damian Pacheco. I'm going to say Pacheco. 14th. Zachary Tyler there in the 15th. David Brzezinski in 16th. We got Steve Rubino. He's in 17th. Danny White 18th. Paulie Torrance there in the 19th. Evan Kinney 20th. Chris Smith 21st. Jeremy Moyer 22nd. David Schaefer 23rd. 24th. Justin Curtis. We got Timothy McLaren. T-Mac, that is. 25th. Mike Howerton 26th. Michael Wood, he's right there. Ward in 27th. And the Ghost Man 28th. Todd Willis in 29th. And Gary Ragland in the 30th. So 30 cars out here. Good job. Well, y'all are definitely out there yelling. So let's bring him up. If we can find him. There he is. S&B boy. Dusty, join the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Got you loud and clear.
Got it on pole tonight. How you feeling?
Man, feeling good. I love plate racing. This is my favorite style of racing, so we're going to give it all we got.
Yeah, and I talk a lot about it. You know, it's kind of really like the bragging rights, man, to be on pole here at Daytona because about anybody can win. Maybe in this ARCA car, though, is there anything a little bit different here after the update that you can see that might throw you for a loop tonight?
Yes, these things get stupid hot, stupid quick. So it's going to be big emphasis on keeping the thing cool, managing the temps and whatnot for sure.
So it's what I talk about, man, in the first part. Just do that textbook draft and stay a little bit of hood off of them, and then last lap, forget about it, blow the motor sky high.
That's it. That's it. Yes, sir.
Well,
no, something else I noticed. I know difference between these and the trucks, man. Trucks, you can pretty much stay glued to folks pushing in the corner. You got to be careful with these. They'll break loose on you in a heartbeat. Okay. So we're going to have to watch that as well. But we'll see what happens.
Well, good luck out there, Dustin.
Roger that. Thanks, sir.
All right. So let me get into his room. S&B. Well, there you go. Dusty Martin putting it on pole. And I know the Dusty fans are out there on their feet yelling because we're getting set to go green flag. Daytona style. Can y'all feeling it tonight? It's a good one. I mean, pressure's on here. On racing, clean racing style here. 70 laps. It's only 5 off of the truck. Wow. Well, about the same length as what the truck races were. We'll see how that plays out here for the rest of the season. Here we go. Pace car ducking off. It's set to go green flag. Just Martin, the man up front. All right, green flag. We're racing Daytona style. Brewer, Altus, and Martin up front. Now, do you want to stay on the top or do you want to stay on the bottom? That's going to be the question. Who knows? I guess whichever side man is the safest. We heard there from Dusty. He said, you know, things might get a little hot, a little temperamental. So, you know, that'll be something to watch out for. How much these guys want to cool off, how much they want to, you know, get up there and get to the back bumper. And right now you can kind of see about a half a hood off, which is what I call, you know, kind of textbook style drafting, patient drafting. Come around and complete this lap. Ooh, we're going to leave Brewer out. Alta says, okay. Goes to the high side, man. Dusty and them, they come down. Who's in the 98? That's J.D. Daniels. Okay, in the 98. Brewer actually, I think, is the man up on that top side in that 19 or 40 machine. What's up, Grit? Grit. What's up, Grit? You just see these cars, man, storm off right now. Altus out front trying to lead. See what he can do. Another STP machine out there tonight. Who is that? A lot of good looking cars out here. I like it. Storming off the bad stretch here so far. Altus is out front. Everybody's maintaining, you know, patience. And it's early on. You just got to be patient. Still got that high line trying to rumble. Up there on the top. See what they can get. That's right. So the 70 car, okay. Damian Pacheco. Nice looking STP machine he's got there. This old Charles Van Scoyd out here. Missed him in the trucks this past Monday. But he's out here tonight rolling with the ARCA car. V-Cast looks great. Oh, broadcast. Oh, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Right now, side by side, they're duking it out up front. Dusty Martin's there on the high side. Joshua Waltz is to the inside. Dusty was able to bring that high side back to life. He's pulling that freight train on the top side. You know, with the trucks we saw earlier this week, where they kind of faltered just a little bit trying to bring that high side. We'll have to see if these cars are able to motor it on and pull that top. It'll be a longer way to go when you go around this track. Hey, what's going on? What's up, Tommy? We're on Twitch side. Folks, we're live on OSR Network on YouTube and Twitch. Oh, yeah. Well, I've been streaming for a while now. I've been broadcasting for a while. I just haven't been on Twitch for a while. I figure why not? We'll throw it out on both ends here. Right now, you still see, man, a side-by-side war up front. 35 machine, no, it's actually 90, yeah, 35. Up there on the top, the 94 machine down at the bottom. That's Altus and Martin. Those two guys, man, know each other. Martin putting it on pole here tonight. Altus trying to see if he can't pull this thing out. And it's all the way back, 2 by 2 by 2. They are all shuffled. Good racing. We'll go back here. Ross Tatum. Go on board with him. Let you see what he looks like. Now we are missing our defending series champion, Austin Coop. Not out here tonight. Okay. And right there you go. You got Phillip right behind Altus. That's Jacob Grant there. He's running on the top side of the 6th. Still door to door, neck and neck. Nobody giving an inch right now, but everybody just being patient with the draft. You kind of see them a little bit, off. Very good run so far. That's Jacob Grant right there. Good to see him back in the Grant's Designs. We got some new sponsors on board here tonight. Savage Designs ARCA Series. That's right. The Savage Designs ARCA Series. Let me change that. There you go, Savage Designs coming on board. Definitely go check out cleanracingleague.com. How to get you up to speed and everything going on here in the league. Appreciate that on Savage Designs coming on board. Sponsoring the ARCA Series for us, but it is good to see Jacob Grant back here. A little bit of hiatus back last season. Charles Van scored right there along with him in 8th spot. Ross Tatum. Everybody still 2 by 2. Well, this right here is kind of nerve-wracking. Well, I say it's nerve-wracking, but it's really, it's not. They're kind of patient right now. I mean, you're just really just riding. Tyler Lanny, hope I said that right. He might be a new guy. I think he's a new one. Got a car off the pace back here. That's Gary Ragland. Unfortunately, off the pace, back in the back. Lost the draft. Todd Willis. I think that's a new one there, too. Newcomer. Obviously got Ghost back here. Folks don't want to lose that draft, though, now. Howerton. Saw him here last season. Caleb Smith. Some guys opting to want to be in the back. T-Mac back here with them too. They just want to be back here in the back and ride. Kenyon Jackson back here with David Chandler, Chris Smith. A lot of great names. It's back here just cruising. And some want to be back there in the back, and then just like Altus and these guys up front here, they just want to be up front. I mean, it's no pressure at this point. Just kind of riding and being cool. I do like, what was it, Kyrie Mulaney? I'm going to get up with him on that one. Get the Dale Jarrett throwback. The UPS machine. Brown is fast. Joshua Alta still up front. He's got a little bit of pull out on that top lane right now. It's Charles Van Scoit for the moment. Just holding on to the place here. Kyrie right there with him. Dusty Martin, J.D. Daniels. But the outside lane is doing what they need to do, just kind of being patient. Good race so far. Well in the books. I'm going to say pit stops. They're going to try to go 35. You might see some guys do, 3-stop here. We saw this past Monday. Unusual because of the way the cautions fell. It ended up being a pit strategy style race. I mean, it was just wow. Joshua Altus, coming up through there, had to save fuel. And then the late caution with the green white checker allowed him to get back up front. It was just a wild race. Wild one. Go back and watch it. See Dusty Martin still trying to run that high lane. It got broke up just a little bit. That's going to hurt the momentum of it. We'll go 3 wide in the back here. Hang on to it. I know you want to be in the back and try to avoid the big one, but the problem is when you get a 3 wide like this, sometimes you can't avoid. You can't avoid the big one. Side draft. Best thing I think that 70 could do right now is fall back behind the 74. The more he stays on that outside, you're going to see Howerton pull up there too, and he's going to lose another spot. I think at this point I would have probably that car way below the yellow line up front there. Lot of fishing around. And two, this might go back to what Dusty Martin was talking about earlier. See these guys, man, fishing around. These cars might be getting a little bit hot. They could be getting warm. And these guys having to in and out of traffic. With a 94 machine, and looks like Altus is wanting to stay up front. Him and Dusty working together. And I guess if these things are running hot, staying out front is about the best place to be. Now you see Joshua Altus right now up front. J.D. Daniels now is probably going to be the one trying to bring that outside lane to life. He does. He's motoring that thing up to the high side. When the cars fall back to the back. Still door to door. Well, up front, they were able to get it. Man, Daniels drops down to the low side. Now he brings it up there to Ross Tatum. It's going to be Ross Tatum's choice now. Does he want to stay high with a 61? It brought him up here to the party. Those two men are going to drop down to the bottom. Brings the 98 machine to the top. Evan Kinney. Don't kill Kinney. Yeah, don't kill Kinney. That's right. Evan Kinney, that is. You got the 91 machine right along with him there with Jeremy Moyer. Chris Smith. Smith's coming up to the front. See Altus right now, he got marred back into traffic. Kenny's out front leading now. Damian trying to pull to the front here too with him. Jeremy Moyer's up there. Chris Smith. Don't count on Chris out. Look at this. Yeah, I call this kind of the do-si-do because you get up front and then the guy on the top side drops down low. The next guy in line comes up there, gets up there. He drops down low, and the next thing you know, it's kind of just it's a conveyor belt going around and around. It's almost like you're using that top lane to get to the front, which makes sense. But you're not staying on the top lane. You're wanting to ultimately get to that bottom. A little jockeyed up back there in the back. Whoa, where's he going? Up above the yellow line there. Don't hit nobody. Come on, Damien. Stay straight. That's really about the only yeah, we talked about it too, and we've got to bring it up, skill gap between this track and a lot of other tracks. Really just keep your pedal to the floor, drag the brake some, and kind of just keep her straight, which is easier said than done. I mean, if you've ever raced one of these cars, you've ever been behind the wheel one, the air pushes you around so much, the car's bump, ooh, right there, that's something you don't want to do, bumping it in the turns, not yet. I'll send the car sailing. You can see the top side car there. He's got no help. It looks like that high lane's just going to freight train him. He'll drop like a rock in water. I mean, he'll be able to maintain a little bit with a side draft. Kenny gets in line. He got a smart move by Kenny. You see the high line kind of fizzle out just a little bit. Everybody's kind of coming down, and now you could be coming for pit stops. This could be pit stop time. I mean, you're down 20 to go, or 20 here into it. 35, and you're halfway. So far, so good. Outside. Okay, still up front, still rolling. Caution out. Uh-oh. Steve Ritter. See what happened to Steve. Oh! Power drive in it. Go back and watch it one more time. Oh, he just came up. Didn't see the other car. Thought he was clear and boom, right in the wall. Ouch. Caution, first time. All right, under caution, first time tonight here. Lap 22. Ritter knocking the wall down. Up, Kermit. Nah, I probably won't be done till around, it's going to be 9:30, 9:45. Let's go, Gillian. Gillian had a good race, by the way. Yeah, he's back there, 20th, but he's just riding. Like I said, it really don't matter at this point. He's got a lot of time to get back to the front, but we're finishing third this past Monday. What a night. We're under caution here, folks. Smith comes on board. Now, I'm going to say that this, again, is going to put us in a weird spot when it comes to pit strategies again. It did this past week, and I think it's going to do it here, too. It's past Monday, that is. Okay, I'll just sit down. Ain't gonna get a word in here. Joshua, would you wait in the booth? You got a copy?
10-4, Joe, I got you.
Well, man, you was up front there for a while. I was talking to Dusty before the race. He said these things get really, really hot when you're tucked up behind somebody, but you was out front. Obviously, I was worried about that, but gotta ask, with this caution, how's the fuel situation looking in this race? Because it was a wild one Monday.
Yeah, hopefully we won't run into that, Joe. I think we're kind of right on our window here, but I think we'll be okay here. It should be a one stop to the end, so I think you'll probably see us probably hit pit road, around lap 50, maybe a little bit before. Kind of that 45 to 50 mark is probably going to be the last stop. So I'm going to come top off here just for the heck of it because I'm already back here a little bit. So, yeah, I felt really good with Dusty up there with me, pushing me. We like to work together at super speedways. And then, the top got a really big surge and lost a little trap position there. And, ended up losing some trap position and just kind of wanted to drift back to get out of there, so it was getting a little hairy. So, yeah, we're going to ride in the back for a little while here, just click some laps off and see if we can be there at the end. Would love to pull off the double this week. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It was a wild one there this past Monday. Well, good luck out there, Joshua.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
There we go. It's going to be down to S&B. We got a little insight on it, too. So they're looking for one more pit stop. Obviously, caution could throw a little, wrench into that game plan. We'll have to see how it all plays out here. But Mike Howerton, the man up front with Chris Smith now, set to go back green. We saw him. He said he's going to go back on top it off. Why not? You're in the back anyways. Go back to the back. Right. Howerton, Smith. This is the Savage Designs ARCA Series. Chris Smith got that on his car too, by the way. Austin's is such a pro. Well, you're a pro too, Kenny, ain't you? You're a pro. Look at that. Savage Designs. There it is. Give a good shot at the back of the car there, Chris Smith. Got a good clean racing league machine there. Nice new little paint job. Well, here we go. Lights off on the pace car. Pace car's about to duck off. We're going to get going back green flag. Howerton up front. Going to lead us to the green here in his alien machine. Don't want to get anybody any radiation or anything out there. Back going here at Daytona. Howerton, Smith, Daniels, Pacheco. Hope I'm saying his name right. Damien, that is. Ritter. T-Mac. There's Kenny. Eric. That's right, Eric. You're a professional too, man. Come on now. Tatum and Grant. Top 10. Everybody's just kind of again, back riding. I'm going to be patient. I don't want to overdrive this car either. 24 in it. We had a good spot there too. Still 2x2x2, man, up front. Look at Steve Ritter. And here comes T-Mac. I'll say it's kind of got that little conveyor belt. It's kind of like it's going around and around and around. Guy on the top, he goes down low. Next guy in line, he goes down low. We got a backside back here, kind of broke up a little bit. There's second back. That's Joshua Gillian back there. Actually, that's a little further on back. Joshua Altus. Okay, Altus. Ooh, they didn't want to lose that draft. If this thing goes green the rest of the way, that might be detrimental here. Because I've talked about it in the past. You know, if all these cars back here get hooked up in a line and keep going, they should be faster than the front pack here. That's side by side, theoretically. But iRacing, for some reason, I do not know why, this is the only part that I say they just don't have quite 100% right when it comes to the draft. Let's see when they come across the line. I mean, the reason I'm saying is the last lap with the 49 to 47s up there. So they should be, along with the 47s, with those guys, you know, put a little, you know, a couple tenths, or at least a tenth or so fast. Because you got a lot of, I mean, even though they're lined up in front, they're still side by side. Let's see when they cross this line up here and see what the front runners are. You got 47, 47, 47s. And Joshua, yeah, they ran 48. See, that to me is like, wow, okay. Crazy how that worked. You need some more pros with him? Okay. All right. I don't know if you need any more pros or not. I mean, you don't want to try to make the man like awesomely fast, do you? Steve Ritter car in the grass. Who was it? Woo! He held on to it, whoever it was. There goes Jacob Grant. Yeah. What happened to him? There were three wide in front of him. Oh, car bumped off the wall. He's riding, minding his own business. Oh, he gets bumped in the tri-oval, and that right there is why I have said bumping in the tri-oval, in the turns, out of the turns, early, too early for it. Could have been disastrous right there. Luckily got it, man, tuned back up. Meanwhile, Smith out front, that's Chris. Lawrence right there along with him. They got the high line. Looks like Chris Smith is content to stay up on that top side lane. He said they come down. Who was that that came down? Well, Chris said, I got to come down now. Somebody came down with him. Okay. That's the 98 machine right there, J.D. Daniels. He went down to the bottom, so he had to leave the 60 of Torrance along up top. I think Smith was, I think he was content to ride that top side lane. If that inside starts getting to move, you just got to go down there. That 64 man of Danny White. Got that reflective paint job went on with it. Kicking it off here. Savage Designs, ARCA Series here tonight. And Chris Smith, main man behind it. Well, he's got the Savage Design machine out front with the Clean Racing machine. We're tonight, Clean Racing League. Check them out on cleanracingleague.com. Appreciate all the sponsors on board, too. Look at Torrance coming to the front, trying to rumble. Tippy can't get around. Chris Smith, Kenny there along with it with Daniels, White, Moore. And Torrance says, I'll drop down to the bottom, no problem. Just hang on to it. Folks, you'll have to give me just a second. I'm about to step away just real quick. I apologize. Oh, we came back in time here and a big one. Crash. Woo, let's go see what happened here, because looks like that one got a fuel at the top side of the field here. Okay. Different angle on this one. Ooh. Can't break down what happened here. Oh, the 30 came down, the 64 got him. And then from there, Altus involved too. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Caleb Smith and Ross Tatum got into that. Just know where they could go. Big one. Ouch. All right. Came back and that was the big one. What do y'all think about that? I know Chris Smith. You remember he won the inaugural race here. Pit stops. This might be a little early, I think. Wow. A big one exploding on the track. Going to need that's one I'm thinking, Eric. They're going to need another pit. I mean, we heard Altus earlier, say around 50, 55. This one's still way early. Yeah. Well, been a thriller. Evan Kenny up front, though. A lot of good cars involved with that one. You can see right now Altus having to get, taking care of some stuff on pit road with his car. Got back out. Doesn't look too bad. But you never know here on the plate race. He might have dodged a bullet, Altus. Go back green. Looks like we go back green, we're probably going to be 41 at lap 41 here. Our leaders coming on pit road. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. Hop off a little bit. Why not? Here tonight, Clean Racing League kicking off 2026 here. For the Savage Designs ARCA Series. That's what they're doing. They're topping off a little bit. Daytona. Even topping off, I don't feel like they're still going to be able to make it all the way. I mean, you're at lap 40. 30 laps. It's close. I mean, we did go about, 20-some laps before that first one came out. I don't know. What do you think, Eric? Brad, what y'all think? That's close. I don't think they can go 30 laps. You have other commitments. What does that mean? Car count up on Thursdays. What are you talking about? Thursday we do it's a GT7 league. Come on, Wednesday? Car count up on Wednesday? What are you talking about Thursday? Eric, are you okay out there? You haven't been drinking no STP, have you? We're going back green. This has been in the jug a little bit, folks. Damien out front. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I was going to say, I'm like, must be late. It's okay. You know you run the STP style car. I mean, you must have been sniffing some. All right, outside lane. Look out here. That 90 machine looking like he's going to try to rumble. 88 there. Excuse me. Kyrie. He's going to need some help. Here comes Howard to help him out a little bit. Meanwhile, Pacheco's man up front with White, Kenny, and company. And they got broke away a little bit too far. What is that other commitment you got to do? Drink moonshine and eat some donuts? I mean, it must not be too hard. You're out here talking to us. Oh, give Eric a hard time out there in the chat, y'all. Checo leading it out front. The field's split up a little bit right now. They're going to have to pack this up some. You see Chris Smith trying to make his ways back to that front. Actually, it looks like Joshua Alta still got broke up from the back here. I'm going to get hooked up with a couple guys back here and see if they can't pull it back to the front. Meanwhile, looks like the front lane here is all going to just go single file for the moment. If they do, that's going to be bad news for that one's way back here, 4 seconds off, because they're not going to be able to catch them. David Chandler there too. Unfortunately, Ghost. Caleb, they're caught up in that wreck. Steve Ritter. And they're going to need another caution to even catch this pack up here. Checo with White, Kenny, Gillian. Look at Joshua. Joshua's made such a turnaround. Maybe this is his turnaround season here. You know, we talk about guys that come out here and they race and race to get into trouble and they try their best in qualifying. Finally turns around for him. Joshua Alt just pulling off the third place this past Monday. Okay. Definitely have to see. Pacheco with White, Kenny, Gillian, and Daniels. Pacheco still out front with White there along with McKinney. You got J.D. Daniels too. Everybody right now just being kind of patient. Everybody riding for the moment. There's T-Mac. Here comes Altus. Now Altus was able to catch. Okay. He was able to catch those guys because the guys back there they're not formed up here in the front. Okay, here comes Joshua. Never mind, just got a. What would that be, man? This past week had to overcome a pit strategy. This week, and in this race, to win this thing and overcome a wreck. Look at him. He's got the 6. Chandler was pushing. Get back to the front. Checo and them there was just kind of riding. You see 72 now, and now you see they break off a little bit. T-Max there on the top side. I mean, that just shows you you're going to have to be tucked up on the back end of each other. Can someone save 5 laps of fuel? That's a long stretch on here. I mean, it's still early. The only way you're going to save that kind of fuel, if you could, is if you're just kind of way back here. Being out front, definitely not. Which I think at this point, you're probably, I don't think anybody's worried about saving fuel. Maybe, caution comes out. But even if a caution comes out, you're coming on pit road. And it's just, I don't think he's saving fuel. You can see Altus right now is not saving anything. I mean, he's pushing for his life right now. On the back door of that 72 of Gaston. See T-Mac on the top side there with the 6 behind him with Chandler. And these guys have just gotten racy up front. 24 to go. Woo! T-Mac, he pushed that thing down the bottom side, didn't he? And Joshua Altus got, has probably got a genie in the bottle somewhere. Where he's got, but he's got something. Oh no. That's crazy. Okay, still out front in this one. All T-Mac there. Altus got solar power. Well, he's going to need it. Now, he was saving fuel this past Monday and probably would have made it. He wouldn't have got that caution, which really didn't matter at the end. He still won. But, yeah. Drop down. Look at Kyrie right there. Smith to the front. Chris Smith's been up front most of this thing. Yeah, I don't see anyone right now pitting. Been a good race. Great race. Out front, you see him. Chris on that bottom is Mulaney. Does he drop down with the 70 of Pacheco? No, he stays up there with his partner. And Chandler. So all 3 of them step on that top side. Great job by those guys right there. Wow, okay. So Mulaney still the man up front. Pacheco now. Now they drop down the bottom, little bump. A little early for bumping into turns. I've talked about that a lot. In the turns, through the turns, in the tri-oval. You get bumped and it's like, I don't know. I don't like it. Meanwhile, Smith right there in the 3rd place spot. Altus still got a shot at this. And look at Ghost. Ghost was off the pace earlier in the race. I'm telling you, that's why his last name's Ghost. He got that Ghost Athletics machine, and you can't see me. Next thing you know, he's up there, man, haunting everybody. He can pull this thing off. Oh, Ghost Man. Good guy, too. I talked to him, man, a couple months ago. Chris Smith, boss man up front. The Savage Design machine. He's looking savage, too. Want to win this thing. Got to get his teammate Ghost up there. They work together. They're trying to keep them Altus guys back there. Trying to keep that high line going, too. Got Jacob Grant there, too, with them. Mulaney. So, High Five Racing, they've got a big team. Big team. So they're coming up on a lap car. A lap car's probably sitting there going, oh, what I do? Hold your line, that's what you do. Oh, don't jump up there. Hold your line. There you go. Good job by the lap machine. Smith stayed high. Jackson right behind him. Now they're going to drop down to the bottom side. Ooh, the 19 got shuffled out of Grant. Nope, he got back in line. Good thing, hey, see, that's why you need teammates. Ghost recognized he couldn't get down. Ghost probably drove the brake a little bit and said, come on, man. Well, they want those top 4 cars. That's Kenyon Jackson. Is Kenyon in there? Yeah, that's a whole team up there, the top 4. They're boogieing. They're wanting to control the pace of this race. And Chris Smith pulled this thing off. Again. What a win that would be. What a win. Smith, Jackson, Grant, Ghost. Not Grant Jackson, folks. Jackson Grant. But yeah, that was close. Daniels, top 5. Now, who's J.D. Daniels in with? So the top 5, hold on, let me make sure Mulaney ain't with them. So the top 5 are all teammates. That is picture perfect plate racing right there. Gillian's having a good run. He is. I give Gillian some credit. Down 17th, but he's having a good run. I feel like they still got to make a pit stop with 17 left. I still feel we need to make a pit stop. Eric, what do you think? I think we need a pit stop. I don't think these guys are going to make it. There's just no way. See T-Mac back here in 8th. Josh Walters just riding there in 9th. Van Sport being quiet back there in 10th. Van Sport in the SpongeBob? No, he's in a SpongeBob truck. He's not in the car. Always like the SpongeBob routine. Yeah, I'm with you, Eric. I think they got a pit. Evan Keeney back here with White, Howerton. I'm talking about Joshua. He's there in the 16th, just riding. So everybody just being kind of relaxed and patient. And Squirt might want to think about closing that gap up just a little bit, though. You definitely don't want to lose the draft. You know, we talk about saving fuel. I don't see anybody saving fuel here. You see Charles Van Scoot, man, look at the run he gets with the draft. And he's just gonna like drag the brake a little bit, hold it off. Now all this is saving fuel. Okay. Eric. Altus is letting off the throttle. I mean, now I say he's saving fuel. Folks, there's 2 ways, really 3, to manage a draft. Because obviously you're wide open. You've got the thing to the floor. And you got to run on a car like he does in the front. You can either drag the brake, which is going to bring the RPMs down just really slightly, or you let off the gas, which can abruptly bring the RPMs down very fast and back on, which is what we're seeing here. But then again, he could be saving some fuel. I just don't. I don't know if he can save enough. Let's see if anybody else is. I think you bank on coming in one more time. I don't think you save here. You can see just that little drop in RPM there. That's probably him just dragging the brake. It's only coming down a couple hundred RPMs or so, maybe 300, whatnot. The way Altus is doing it, he's almost like a fuel saving. He's definitely coming way off the gas. Fell on the clutch. Well, now, I'm not sure about the ARCA car. They're probably still in the old style 4-speed. On the next gen car, it wouldn't be that bad on the clutch. They're more or less. Yeah, they got a clutch, but it's kind of sequential. It's kind of weird. It's kind of a clutchless style. Yeah, he's letting off and off. I mean, he's letting off. I mean, that's definitely off throttle right there. Another thing, hats off, to be able to do that and to maintain your speed too, because usually the drag and the brake, you're able to maintain your momentum. When you come off throttle, if you come off too much too long, big chance of losing the draft. Because, you know, in these plate cars, you've got to get them back up to speed. Let's see what's Chris Smith doing. Chris is wide open. There's nothing he can do. What about Jackson? Different brand of cars. Look how the dashboards are too. And the Chevys are kind of right there in the middle of the steering wheel. The Toyotas are all trying to fly out the window. I'll look at one of the Fords and see which one, how theirs is. Yeah, he looks like he's, well, there you go. Never mind. That brings us out to what they're doing. Yeah, I kind of figured they're coming in pit road. They came in as a group. Oh, we got a mess though. Let's go back here and see what happened. Oh! Just ran him over. I'll watch it from a different view here. Wow. Grant got pushed up. Oh, he couldn't get slowed down. Tore that car all to pieces. That ends his night. No, your car's... You got a magic wheel. See that, folks? Now it's dragging. Well, the thing was going to fix itself in a minute. Yep, he's done. Okay. So that takes us back to the question of, is Altus pitting? And never mind, he's on pit road. So he must have just been doing all throttle drafting. Yeah. But, uh-oh. Wow. Penalty. Oh, crusher for Joshua Altus. Let's he's out of fuel. Altus is out of fuel. Wow. I think he ran out of fuel. Wow. Yeah, and he's still on pit road. I mean, oh. All right, let's go to the top here, though, man. Danny White's still leading it. 7 to go. So Joshua Altus went from being pretty much one of the favorites to disaster. Not pro tonight. Eric said you're not a pro tonight, Altus. Okay? Blame that on him. He was the one rooting for you. They're blinking bad back there. Howerton is. Is that Howerton blinking? Oh no, that's Dusty Martin. Dusty, anybody, man, at Dusty's house, call him up and tell him to get that internet check. He's blinking like that. Probably going to tell him to have to jump back to the back. It's Howerton right now behind him. Does not want to get up there because this can cause a wreck. A big one. It looked like it was out of fuel. Ow. Yeah, but out of fuel, but why is he still on pit road? That's the question. Josh, if you're listening, Altus, why are you still on pit road? What happened? Danny up front. Now the question is, when do you make your move? About 4 to go. Really split the field up here. There's 12 seconds back to these guys. Then you go a little bit further on back, about 20-some seconds to them. Gaston, that's your next big pack. Unless pretty much a caution happens, it's going to be between these guys up here, this top 7. Well, you know, clutch, true. It could be true. Could have broke it. All right, well, the Fords are in the middle there. So it's only Toyotas, man, that have their dashboard trying to fall out the window. Danny White, though, right now, okay. Yeah, he's out front leading, but he's behind 2-lap machines there. Caleb, well, I say lap. Actually, Caleb's on the tail end of the lead lap. And who was that? Is it Gaston in front of him? Yeah. Now, here's where Danny can run into trouble. They get the high line going. Well, I mean, I know it, but he don't want to call it a wreck. That's the problem. If you're blinking, that's something that's out of your control. It's different from going out there, you know, just driving hard. 3 to go. When we get to the white flag, it's over with. Official. I just don't know what kind of setup here. Danny has to think about Kenny right behind him in the 99, and then Jeremy Moyer. Who's the first one out of this bunch to jump to the outside? Good job by the lap car. I mean, and then the problem is Caleb and that other machine up there, they're battling for position also. Neither one of them want to jump out of line. But at some point, you don't want the lap. Well, they're not lap, but I mean, tail end, might as well say right there at the lap. Cars is not in contention to run for the win. Let's say it that way. Get involved or dictate how this thing comes out is you cross the line. This white flag, this one's official. Dusty Martin's out there on the outside. He's going. Now, this is where Danny White needs to go to the outside now. Now! Danny White, what are you doing? You fell asleep. See, now, where these lap machines play, that's the question. If I'm the 72, I'm going high. Danny White needs to go up top right now. Right now, Danny White needs to go to the top lane. I mean, huge Caleb, but I don't know. Coming around, we're going to see if he can hang on to this thing. Dusty Martin's there. White has got a good one out of turn 4. White goes to the outside. He's going to win this thing, but the battle's going to be for second and third. Kenny. Oh, who gets it at the line? Dusty Martin brings it home at the line with Evan Kenny there in third. What a good one. I thought Danny White messed up there, but he didn't. No one called pitting on lap 60. Sure. Wow, what a finish. Yeah, I thought Danny messed up there for a minute, but he held on. Shows you what I know. Let's bring a few of these up here and get a word with them. Evans, Joe, in the booth, you got a copy?
Joe, I got you.
Well, man, there at the end, was anything you could have done strategy-wise to get up there and maybe get around Danny?
No, I was so short on fuel. All I could do was ride and just hope that it went to the end. My hope was to get Jeremy to slingshot by me in the last lap to go for the win, because he had more fuel than I did, and so being short on fuel, my only option was just kind of sit there and ride. Unfortunately.
Hey, you still got your third tonight, man. What a finish and what a good run here tonight. Anybody want to thank?
Yeah, you as always for putting on a great broadcast, and my Only Dad's boys and Jeremy specifically for coming out here and doing this with me, and Chris for putting on the league.
Well, there you go, Evan Kenny coming home in third. Let's bring the man up here. Dusty, Joy in the booth, you got a copy?
Got you loud and clear, boss.
Well, you tried on that outside lane there, kind of just puttered out just a little bit. Do you think maybe if those lap cars, I said lap cars, selling the lap cars, wouldn't have been there, you might have had it on around Danny?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, man. We were all fuel saving right there. I was telling Josh and them, because I was hanging out with them for this race, I was like, I kept watching it every lap, and it would slowly creep up. And I said, we get one lap to go. I'm just going to send it and hope for the best. And I saw they kind of got, when I went high, I was hoping somebody would jump up there and go with me. But they kind of got jumbled up back there, was going 2 and 3 wide, and I don't know, just all over the place. So the only other option I had was just to try and side draft the fire out of everybody to my inside, and got it up to second, but without somebody behind you, that was about as good as we could get it.
No doubt, but you still had a good, solid run tonight. Put it on pole, got second. You got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, man. Just thank everybody puts this on. Chris and the guys. Thank all the sponsors and whatnot. Goodness gracious, I'm trying to remember who the new sponsors are
Savage
for this
Design.
season. Yeah. Give a shout out to them. Say hey to my band, the Turtleback Trailer Boys, and give a shout out to my folks back home in Tipton, Georgia, watching this thing. And unfortunately,
we just hung in it, and there it was for me.
Definitely. Now, do you think maybe those two lap cars, but the two cars in front of you helped you out a little bit?
Absolutely did. I mean, they wouldn't have been there. I don't know if I could have saved enough. So it was kind of luck in the draw that them two lined up, and I got caught up with them, and it made for a good deal for me.
No doubt. Got you in victory lane. You got anybody you want to thank?
The whole CRL, man, this is an awesome league. Trucks and ARCA. I mean, these guys are a class or 10 above the rest. Definitely got a shout out to Chris. Does an awesome job running this thing. But I'm just happy to be a part of this league, both in the trucks and the ARCA. I feel lucky to get to race with these guys, and then that's got to tell you something right there, man, because like I said, these guys are cut above everybody.
Well, there you go, winner tonight, pulling it off. Danny White winning it here, season opener, Clean Racing League here at Daytona, Savage Designs ARCA Series. Well, Danny White winning it, folks, man, what a thriller. Hey, again, had to do a little fuel saving up there, but nonetheless, he got it off here with Dusty Martin in second, Evan Kinney third, Moyer fourth, Howerton finishing off in the fifth. For myself and everyone, have a good night.